Hey guys, well, we're not live. Obviously, we're normally live, but this is Waking Up in the Brewery, and we are waking up at Orange Hat today.
In our original couch.
On our original couch that has been used for so many things.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about
that. First of all, let me do the disclaimer. You'll hear music while we're sitting here doing this. We do not own the rights to any of this music. It is all the sounds of the brewery, so please don't take us down when we post this on social media.
Unless our guest sings it, because he's amazing.
If it's his song and he's singing, yes, he owns the rights to it. We do not own the rights to this music. So let's start by introducing ourselves. I'm Chris Travis.
Alex Stokes.
Oh, I'm Noah Gray. Hi.
Noah Gray.
He's a special guest. We did this on last minute planning.
Yeah.
Like, in the last couple
days. That's what we love.
We do.
And the great thing is, if we mess up in anything, I can go back and edit this.
Exactly.
I'm not saying I'm going to. Might leave a lot of the crazy stuff in. But yes. This will probably be our third episode. So this won't go. We'll have a new episode that will come out today, which we recorded last week. Then we'll have today, and then you'll be next week on this. So we're a week ahead recording, but time-wise, you guys, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. I don't even know what day it is now. I'm so confused.
I am drinking one of the stouts from Stout Month, by the way.
Yeah.
This is from Gatlinburg Brewing.
I tried it earlier today.
It's called the Salted Stout. So it's pink Himalayan salt in a stout. And it's actually pretty good. It's interesting and takes you a little bit to get interested in it because that flavor is a little not what you're expecting, but it's good.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Can you guess what I'm drinking?
Well, it's either Bullfighter or Stone the Crows, but I don't know what's on tap here.
They're out of Bullfighter, so it's
Stone the Crows. And Noah, what are you drinking?
I am currently drinking water.
Good call.
And oxygen.
The healthy options. Everybody should try those.
It's so
if
good.
you haven't had water, it's got a really easy taste. Goes down really easy and clean. Oxygen depends on where you are.
Well, water can go. It's not always the same.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you try to breathe it as a human, that's not going to go down easy.
I'm sinking in the couch. Okay, there we go. That's good.
All right. So, do you want to tell us about our guest? How you guys met? What's next?
Yeah.
Like, let's get into the Noah Gray stuff.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So, when was your first show in Gatlinburg?
First show in Gatlinburg, it was, I want to say like August of last year. If I remember correctly, I think my very first place that I ever performed at was Loco Burrow.
Yeah.
On their rooftop patio.
Was that through Hendry too?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a good starting gig.
It's so fun. Everybody there was so nice too, and it's usually like a really good crowd whenever I go, and everybody's always really like nice and supportive, and it's so fun. It's so great.
What is your genre?
I would classify myself as blanket term pop, but I also love a lot of like R&B and alternative. So there are a lot of kind of like flavors in my music, and I just kind of make whatever. So
now you're writing your own stuff. You're not doing covers. Well, you're probably doing some covers.
I do.
Filler Space.
Yeah, I do a little bit of both. Typically how I structure it in a live setting is like the first couple of hours I'll do like acoustic covers both on guitar and piano, and a lot of it is like pop music, but I'm also trying to learn some stuff from like before the 2000s to kind of like appeal to everybody. So
Like
I've
the
done
1900s?
That's when we were born.
Yeah, in the 1900s.
Oh,
yes.
God, that sounds so
covered wagons, and overalls.
Yeah. But I've been learning like Fleetwood Mac and like a couple of like Cranberry stuff. I really want to try and learn some jazz standards too, which I know is some jazz standards because I know that's like extremely random, but it's so fun to play.
No, I love some of my favorite songs. Like Maroon 5 has a couple of those jazzy, smooth jazz, or Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity. I love that sound, but it's 90s but got that jazz feel. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. But typically I'll go through and do that. And then my last set is what I call like an electronic set because I also produce all of my own music.
Nice.
And I'll typically incorporate those along with covers and I'll kind of like blend them all together to kind of make it like essentially a mini pop concert. So it's a little bit different, but it's always a really fun time doing it.
Hey, you've been doing this how long?
I mean, music has always been such a really big part of my life, but I think I started taking it seriously around the age of like 12 or 13.
Okay.
And it was at that point that kind of the catalyst was I discovered the band Evanescence through a Pandora station.
Of course.
It's repping them today, actually. But I went back and I started watching videos of like them in the studio writing their music and like watching their live performances. And I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. So
Nice.
I started like writing really silly songs and like teaching myself how to produce music because I didn't know that like production was an entirely separate thing at that time. I thought just everybody produced their own music.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned that early on, and I've been doing that for I guess over a decade at this point because I'm 23 now.
Yeah,
23.
So yeah.
It's funny how Henry Bombat, if you guys don't know Henry.
Go watch previous episodes.
Yeah.
We talked about Henry, and Henry's been on the show.
Henry's been on the show, yeah, and he's going to be on again. You know, so Henry got Bombat Productions, and he books a lot of musicians in Gallenberg, all of, you know, Shamrocks and Loco, and now they've got Puckers he's doing, and, you know, so many. And so over the years, I've come to know all the musicians there. You know, you got Roy Saunders, which we've had Roy, Luke Walker, which we got to get Luke on. You got Luke Martin, Shelby Klein, just so many, and they're all amazing. They're all different ways. But the funny thing is, so my office, when I'm working in Gallenberg, is like 30 yards behind Shamrock.
Right.
So I walk outside of my office the first day that I heard him, and I can always hear the musicians from Shamrocks to my office.
Yeah.
I walk out and I was like, who in the hell is that? I was
that
like,
doesn't sound like Luke or
I was
Henry.
like, that's none of them. I was like, so I'm like, I gotta walk down there, and I walk down and I see you just sitting there wearing this keyboard out, and I don't think there was a crowd that day. Like you were outside playing by yourself, but it's me and everybody, and I'm like, who is it? So I get on the phone, I start texting Henry. I was like,
Somebody's taking your spot out here.
I was like, there's a guy out here playing keyboard like during your time slot. He's like, oh no, that's Noah. He's like, I just looked at him and I was like, dude, he's amazing. And so then I see him play the next time, and I run into Luke. He's like, you know, Luke's a big 6'8"
Right. Yeah.
dude,
Former professional wrestler.
former cop,
Yeah. For real.
and a cop. He was a cop, professional wrestler, musician,
Actor.
No shit.
Oh, for real.
Well, I knew about the actor part, but like that's
Oh, he's a wrestler.
that's crazy.
But Luke comes up to me. He's like, dude, have you heard this Noah guy? And I was like, yeah. He's insane. He's like, yeah. He's like way better than all of us, like combined. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you're great. I was like, but at what you do, he's like, he's on a different level. And so everybody's just like, and then so recently am I allowed to give this away what you and Henry did?
I think so.
We got authorization from half of it.
Well,
It's good enough.
Henry will be all right.
Yeah.
He and Henry just recorded a song together. I won't say what it is. We'll wait till I release. So Henry plays it for me. I was like, what the hell was that? He's like, that's no at the beginning. And then I come in, and then I was like, so you guys, I guess you remixed it and everything.
Yeah, so basically how we did it was I went over to his studio little guest space.
Oh, I've been there.
That's
wild. My picture's on the wall there, by the way. Did you see it?
I think so, yeah. He's got like little pictures of everybody. I found me in the corner on the same wall next to Paramore, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, that's.
But I went over and we kind of talked through like how exactly we were going to do it. I brought up the idea of doing like an acoustic rendition of it. Because I don't have access to like live drums or anything, so that kind of thing is like really difficult to sell and make it sound real. So I was like, let's do an acoustic rendition. So I went in and I sat with him and I cut the piano real quick, and then I taped both of our vocals individually.
Okay.
And as soon as he was done, I went back and I recorded a couple little harmonies in the background and kind of made it like a real duet. And then I went back in. We both added in some guitar, so that's also in there. And I added in some little background like oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just a little acoustic cover. It's very fun.
Well, so Henry played it for me on his phone the other day. He's like, listen. So we're sitting out on the patio, and I was like, this is like a radio hit, big time. And so 2 nights ago, I was like, I know you guys are remixing it. I was like, but Henry's got when Henry takes a break from playing, he plays music, and he just hits on his phone. I was like, and it wasn't packed. There's 30, 40 people in there in the Shamrocks. I was like, can you just play it one time really loud? I want to see how people react. And I was like, I know you're going to make it even better, but so he hit the button, and everybody was in there talking, and within 30 seconds of you singing, the whole bar got quiet. They're like, what is this? And I was like, well, that's Noah and this guy right here. And I was pointing to Henry, and everybody's like, this is stupid. I was like, no, it's stupid good. So, anyways, but even funnier, so last night, I get home, so I've been in Gallenberg 4 days, and I told Jenny, I was like, hey, you got to listen. He's going to be on our show tomorrow. His name's Noah. And I was like, he's this amazing singer. She's like, oh my God, you always do this. You always bring home like musicians. You're like, go play it. And she's just going on and on. And so I just hit the button on my phone. He started singing. She went, holy shit. She's like, now this one.
Actually, having a talented singer that you brought on this.
And no. She thinks they're all talented.
Yes, I'm just kidding.
No, and she's heard Hendry in person, and Roy, but I had that. But she was like, "Oh my God, it was a Beyonce cover that you were." Which one is it?
I want to go out on a limb and say, because I think it's Sandcastles that I
Yes.
have on my YouTube
Yes,
channel.
yeah,
I
that's
love
it.
that song. It's so fun.
Is that the new one?
I think so.
Okay. It's incredible. But so yeah, so even she was like, "Wow." I was like, "Yeah." But then it turns out, I'll be done here in a second. I thought you were from Gallenberg because that's the only place I'd seen you. I was like, or Sevier County or Newport. That's where everybody's from. And we started talking. Turns out he went to high school with all.
He went to the same high school as Caleb.
Well, he went.
They both graduated from Hardin Valley.
Well, so did Hudson, Ethan, and Jacob.
Oh, I didn't realize
All
that.
3 of my kids. Well, Weston Farragut, but
Yeah.
but he was there at the same time that Hudson, Ethan, and Jacob were there. But I guess you guys don't know each other. But I don't know. It's a small world.
Yeah. Well,
So that's why I was like, hey, we'll do a podcast here.
here's the other funny thing is me and him were talking before we started recording is he lives
You're
in
not
East
his dad.
Knoxville.
You're not his dad.
I'm not saying I'm
Don't ruin
not.
this for me.
Not saying I am. Not saying I'm not. But we both live in East Knoxville
Okay, well that's fine.
on opposite ends of Cherry Street.
Well, not Cherry Street anymore.
Ish. But yeah.
But yeah, well,
Was.
Yeah.
you're different directions up the interstate.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Off the exit. You'd go,
Hey, in 2 months I'm moving closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my house is going to depreciate. Alex Stokes is moving into the area.
It's probably my doctor calling. I have my annual checkup tomorrow.
Yeah, he loves calling during the show.
He's like, oh,
You want to take that call? You're already
not my
mic'd up for it.
it's not my doctor. No, I'm a comedian. It's probably just a creditor.
Well, that's just. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Entertainers. That's all we get all day long is creditors. Like,
Yeah. You owe us money.
yeah.
Unless you're smart enough, like this guy, he's building his empire early.
Yeah.
Started with the production. Like that's the way to do it. Know how to produce the music.
Yeah.
So even if you suck as a musician, you can still produce other people.
Well, it's
Fortunately, he doesn't suck as a musician either. So
That's really sweet, but it's also like I said, like I just thought everybody produced their own music. I didn't
Right.
realize that was a separate thing,
yeah.
Yeah.
and so I like get older, I learned that I can also like produce for other people eventually. But it's also like such a really cool thing to be able to like have a specific sound and not have to like go to anybody else to make
control it yourself. Yeah,
exactly. And it's like it's really aggravating sometimes because it's like still trying to learn everything, but it's also such a rewarding thing too.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I was the same way. Like, I got into film, independent film, and my idea when I was going to do it was like, oh, I got these great ideas. I'd be great at directing. And then I was like, me and some friends started putting some stuff together, and I was like, well, I need to edit this. Nobody else is going to edit it. So I was using like Windows edit or film editor.
Yes.
Early on.
Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah.
That's probably why it didn't work out.
And I put it, we had some really good stuff on there, but it gets you into the basics of film editing. And then I was like, there's so much more work to this. I need to know this part of how to edit.
Yeah.
Even before the acting and the directing and everything else, I need to know the whole thing on how this gets put together.
That stuff you showed me, like we were going somewhere for a show, and you had me watch it while you were driving, that was a mistake. And it was good though.
Honestly, if you're looking at something else while I'm driving, you're less fearful for your life.
That is true.
Especially through those.
I will never ride on the Dragon with you. It was a weird night, but
yeah, you're learning the basics of that craft that you thought you wanted to do it, but having to learn this side gives you so much more respect of the entire process. But also having that independence of, I don't have to go out and have somebody else produce this.
Absolutely.
Get the sound I want. I get the sound I want here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So much better. Not easier, but better. There's a lot of work that comes to it.
I can even plug in my own PA system. He has to do it for me. This is no joke. Like if I go do a show, it's not often that I have to take my own PA system, but if I do, he's got to come set it up.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to plug it. It's like, give me a microphone, I'm okay. If it's turned on.
On that topic of your lack of any ability with technology, can I say how proud I am of you, how long your current phone has lasted you?
That is impressive. I'm not. But I went through, 3 phones in a week or 2 last year?
Yeah, like 2 weeks. 3 phones.
I dropped one in the toilet. And then you wrote that terrible joke about it.
It actually was a pretty funny joke, but
we're not doing that on camera.
We're not doing it on camera. Maybe I do it Friday.
It's a little bit much. Oh yeah, you could probably definitely do it. We got a show at the Roadhouse Lounge. Have you been there yet?
I can't say that I have, no.
Well, I can't either, but we'll be there. It's out Newport Highway. So that's Thursday night. No, Friday night. Thursday night I'm with Henry at the Roman Gnome.
Oh, good news. Taylor and some co-workers are probably going to come see the show Friday.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's me and Roy.
Have a heckling it's crowd.
Chris is hosting, and then I got the wonderful James Osborne, another great up-and-coming comedian in Knoxville. And then Roy Saunders is going to be playing for an hour, and then I'm going to do an hour to close it out. So it's going to be a fun night.
Well, the great thing is
Lounge,
you won't be able to see that unless you're already going, because that's this Friday, and you will not see this video until next week.
That was pointless. Okay. So,
good plug.
I'm so used to being live. I'm just like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
That means you're going to have to book earlier so we can announce it where they'll see it on time and be able to.
I booked this 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, we didn't talk about it last episode, did we?
Probably not.
I don't think we did.
Because I keep forgetting. But anyway, you've got to really, first of all, here at Orange Hat, I sent his stuff to Orange Hat. And it took a 30-second listen. They're like, yeah, we want to book.
Was it Katie?
Yeah, Katie. So Katie's booking here. And she listened to her. She's like, yeah, give me his number.
Yeah.
And so I think you're going to be getting booked here for sure. Which Orange Hat here is an amazing venue because Friday, Saturday nights, this place.
Oh, it's
standing room only.
Yeah.
And they got money. So, good tips. And so, but you got a really exciting show coming up in Nashville.
Yes. So it's going to be March 8th. It's through Breaking Sound, who is a company that works with a lot of up-and-coming indie artists. and I'm doing my first showcase there at Alta City Side through them.
Yeah.
And I think there are going to be 4 other people on the bill, but I'm gonna get to do a 30-minute set.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first time, like I said, that I get to perform in Nashville,
Oh,
and
you're gonna blow them away.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be so
Was
great.
that like 10, 12 songs in a 30-minute set, or?
That is a great question because I have some songs that are like 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
we'll have to
wondering. Is
see.
are you going to filter through and try to get in as many songs, or are you going to try to debut some stuff, or what is your plan on something with that big of a audience opportunity?
I mean, I definitely have like my songs that I absolutely have to do in that kind of environment, but I am also like currently working on some new music. I'm also fleshing out some stuff that I came up with last year that didn't really get to see the light of day just yet. So I have my hand in all sorts of different projects, but I'm hoping to have some new stuff to do at that showcase.
Nice. Is it all original that you have to do with that? Or
yes, it's going to be all original.
It's all original. Okay.
Very cool.
So it's going to be so fun.
You've got 30 minutes of material. I'm doing good if I can get 30 minutes of new material out of this guy.
I got a whole album.
He's got an album. You want to tell them what your album is?
Oh my
How to find
goodness.
it? Can they listen to it? Are you on Spotify? What?
Yeah, so it's my name everywhere is Noah Gray. Gray is spelled with an A. The album, it came out in 2023. It was kind of like my introductory project to Knoxville because by the time that album had come out, I had only been performing around this area for a few months. So I kind of made it to kind of like prove a point and be like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
This is what I do. Please book me. But the album is called Fluorescent. It's entirely self-produced and self-written, and it's actually a concept album that tells a fictional story across the 9 songs that are on it. You have to listen in chronological order to get it, but it's
so
very
don't shuffle.
Don't shuffle. Don't do
shuffle.
it.
Listen to it.
But it's very.
That's cool.
So yeah,
I didn't realize that. I probably watched them all. I've watched all your stuff the other night in Gallenberg. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm just like, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that album's out. I do also have an EP that I put out last year called Meanwhile that has a little bit more of like an upbeat sound, and it's a little bit more maximalist and layered than the album was. So that's out, and so yeah, I've got quite a few things out there. So
I've sat and watched him do 4 hours, but it's not all original. But it's cool though. Like his originals are amazing. But the way you do covers though is so unique compared to what I see. That's one thing that Hendry's really good at.
Yeah.
And that, which I think is amazing that you guys are doing this one together. But Hendry does covers in different, like Hendry makes up the words. Well, I don't even think he knows the words.
He has to make up the words because he doesn't know.
I made a board game. You haven't even seen this yet.
oh,
I made a board game the other
I
night.
saw that.
And one of the cards, like, I wrote 100 cards in 30 minutes. Like, I made this whole board game in 30 minutes. Like, all the spaces, the wheel, all of it. But one of the cards is Hendry actually saying all the correct words to his song, Move Up 6 Spaces. And I showed it to him. He's like, yep.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But your version, like, some of the covers I've heard you do, like, are so unique. And it's mind-blowing. It's like,
so I've
really
got 2 questions for you.
yeah.
They might be the same answer, or they might be
No, he
completely
does
different.
not want to take my comedy class.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, I need it.
Who do you listen to, and who are your influences? And are they the same, or is that...
I mean, I feel like they can kind of go through like 2 separate questions, but I listen to just about everything, and it's kind of like if it catches my ear, then I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been a really weird mix lately, but I've also been going through and listening to a lot of like people from the 90s, a couple of like the first names that come to mind are like Fiona Apple and Tori Amos.
Oh,
I've been
nice.
listening to them quite a bit.
Yeah,
Tori Amos.
Very,
We could send you lists.
but very
hard.
independent-minded performances as well. Like, they have a specific sound to them that
Exactly.
doesn't mesh with the rest of their genre even.
Oh, you
Exactly.
could do some Mazzy Star would be. Oh, he could do Mazzy Star good.
I gotta check them out because I'm always like looking for new music to listen to.
Yeah.
There's also this girl named Kalela that put out this album called Raven a couple of years ago that I just discovered, and I've been listening to that on repeat. It's kind of like dancey, kind of like R&B, but I also like my favorite band is Paramore.
Yeah.
But also
Fantastic vocals.
I
Ridiculous.
love them so much. But I take little pieces of inspiration from everything where like Paramore, it's their vocals and their edge. Taylor Swift's songwriting, like the way that Beyonce and Jasmine Sullivan especially sing. I love Jasmine Sullivan so much. So like them, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, just as much influence also from Norah Jones.
Nora, yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I also discovered the Civil Wars a little while ago too, and I listened through their first album.
Nora has a lot of that jazzy, soft jazz feel that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I'm gonna give you my best October Project. Look that one up.
October Project. Let me.
You pull
I'm
that
so
up.
sorry.
You do October Project. Whoa.
Let me add it to my.
Do you remember October Project?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
No, I woke up when September ended, but I didn't hear
October Project opened for Norah Jones at the Tennessee Theater, and I was working at the rhythm section when they came out, and it's the most.
When was Norah Jones at the Tennessee Theater? I'm sorry.
Before you were born.
Probably before.
When he was working for rhythm section, which they.
Wait, was it Norah Jones? Wait, because
I was born in 2001.
No.
Her debut came out like around that time.
No, it wasn't Norah Jones. Hold on.
Oh, the heart attack I had.
October Project opened for Sarah McLachlan is what it was.
I love her too.
I'm telling you,
I don't.
Wait
She
till
makes
you
me
hear-
cry at dog commercials, and I'm out.
wait till you hear October Project and listen to her vocals, and it's from the late '80s, early '90s. Sarah McLachlan was really good live.
No,
I
she was.
love her stuff though. I listened to her quite a bit in high school too.
Her dog videos are great.
Yeah. But no,
Makes me
it's
always want to adopt.
but it's always like something in everything I listen to catches my ear, and it's like I love like basic pop songs as much as I do like really like weird experimental stuff, and I kind of
My wife is
You
always.
said weird experimental. He pulled it his wife.
Well, no,
It's gonna be a weird conversation.
It was, but when I'm in the shower, I love to sing.
I'm
And
trying to see now we're talking about show.
I put
Already
Spotify
straight to-
on my liked songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just let it rip. My wife will come in there like, what are you listening to? Because it'll go anywhere from Phantom of the Opera to Enya to,
It's all
I mean, it's so endless what I've got in there, and there's nothing that really matches anything else. It's just, she's like, I don't understand what your taste in music is. And I said, my taste in music is something that brings a feeling or a passion.
We had
Exactly.
so
I
much.
need you to, when you're singing, I want you to feel what you're singing so I can connect to that.
Plus, the 80s and 90s were so good. We grew up great music. In the 70s.
I would say
great music,
80s
so
and
it's
90s
hard
were
to,
the
like-
two best generations of music.
The only
ever.
thing I don't like is I don't like country. I'm not a country fan.
see that's where I agree with you.
I
It's
like,
because
well,
it's-
I was
only one
raised on old school country.
But
I was Johnny Cash,
Roy
Larry
Son-
Gatlin, like the old school country. I was raised on that.
Roy. I'll give Roy Saunders credit. Roy has turned me on to a little bit of country, but
Sturgill
then
Simpson.
but after 2 or 3 songs, I'm like, I need some Pearl Jam. Hurry,
Right.
Pearl Jam, Chili Peppers, anything. Just get me out of that. Go ahead.
The
You're talking about
Doors.
country, though. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just like it's not my genre of preference, but also I have a respect for it for what it is.
Of course, yeah.
And it's also like one of those things where again, if it catches my ear, then like
Yeah.
I like
And
if
I'm
I
the
like it,
same.
I like it.
I don't listen to a lot of new country, but like, so Chris Stapleton, everybody knows, but he used to be the lead singer for a band called the Steel Drivers. And their stuff, I really enjoy And I'm like I said, new country is not my thing, but I like Sturgill Simpson, I like Chris Stapleton, in some of these, but it's only hit or miss songs here or there. But it is something that has evoked some kind of emotion or passion that I hear. Like they're singing from the heart, not just lyrics.
Exactly.
And that's more stirring. And I don't care what genre it is. I want there to be some substance to it. Like, and that's why there's so much music nowadays that I don't feel that. And that's probably different for your age group, but I'm 30 years older than you. So, I think today's music is all starting to sound the same, with very few exceptions. Like you have some of these artists that pop out, but for the most part, it just seems also manufactured from a factory without any heart.
See, I would agree to an extent, just because over the past few years, and especially as somebody who is trying to kind of navigate through the music industry in the age of TikTok, and a lot of songs that are made to go viral and not really have any purpose, I don't really gravitate towards that kind of music. Though I have a lot of people that I watch nowadays, and a lot of like more recent artists that do have something unique to say. And it's like, whether they've been around in the industry for ages or if they're like somebody new, like somebody that over the past couple of years has really gained some traction and started to kind of come into the mainstream a little bit, is Ethel Cain, who she also writes and produces her own music, and she is incredible. She just put,
that might even be the key, is self-production. These big production studios, they get a sound, and this person might sound fantastic when they come out, and then they're like, oh, we've hit success here. Let's make all of our music sound exactly like that. So the next 5 artists that come to us, we're going to write this music. It's all going to sound the same type of production with just a different voice. Whereas if you're self-produced, you get all the say-so about how this is going to sound. And this album may sound completely different than this album. And then you find some other new thing that stimulates you. And you go, okay, this is more of the sound I want to do with this album. Whereas they just churn out something that's going to hit that hit, whether it's that earworm or whatever. Like, Bop is not one of the greatest songs ever written, but it catches you. My wife hates it. My daughter loves it. And I liked it. And we're
Henry, I can't wait for you to hear him and Henry.
Oh, I can't wait for that either.
You're going to sit there and just go.
I had a friend.
Actually, after we're done with this, I'm going to take you outside and play him for you outside.
I had a friend. You remind me of a friend I had in high school. And Hardin Valley is a little bit different than Maryville High School. Maryville High School was all the rich, popular kids as this went on. But he was kind of on the outskirts of everything. Very shunned, had his niche. And nobody really knew a lot about him. They just knew he was weird. That's all they knew. And I was the type of guy that I talked to everybody. So I talked to him, and he was like, oh yeah,
really?
I played the piano.
Talk to people?
I talked to people, believe it or not. Super sweet kid. He didn't even get to be known in high school until we had a talent show in high school. This guy was flying under the radar, kind of shunned, kind of kept to himself. Art kid. He came out, brought a piano to school for his own piano. He had it brought in by truck. He didn't use the school's piano or a keyboard or anything. He had his piano from home, brought in on truck, rolled into the gymnasium for the talent show, and he just blew everybody away. Like it was professional level performance of his own song that he wrote at home and just destroyed everybody. And he became at least a high school celebrity overnight when he was literally the nerd that nobody knew. He was just a weird kid. But then they heard his voice and they heard him play this piano, and it changed everything.
And then I became
about how he was, and then he became a comedian. No, that's not the same.
No, it's not. No, I went to different school.
We went to different schools together.
And I played basketball. I was popular. Never mind.
But you remind me a lot in that you have these creative energies. But I would almost. Well, Hardin Valley, again, is a little bit different, but I would bet you were still kind of on the outside
absolutely.
by choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
just
like,
don't.
was I?
Yeah, you don't feel comfortable in that crowd, though. If you might have put yourself
Hardin
out there,
Valley,
they might have gone.
For those
yeah,
that don't
he's
know,
great.
as of last year, it was the 9th largest school in the state of Tennessee.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. That
No,
school is very.
It's what,
like,
right around 2,200 students. So it's Bearden, Farragut, and Hardin Valley, all three are in the top 10. But they keep reversing like just a little bit each year. But it is funny that some Ethan, who's one of my stepkids, he's a piano major at UT
yeah.
and extremely quiet. Like just he went to Hardin Valley with you. Y'all were there at the same time, so he's 2 years below you, but never talked to anybody. And like we just saw him. He just in his room playing the keyboard. And he goes to UT, gets in the music department, and they're like protege.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I would love for him to meet you because he has to do his concerts for his major and playing for the people, but he's just like it's like I don't want to talk to anybody. Don't look at me.
Well, and that's kind of more of what I meant by choice. I mean, obviously there were situations that you dealt with going through school that kind of made you feel on the outside to a point that you just became comfortable on the outside. So by the time you're in high school, you just kind of chose to be on the outside.
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends like that because I was an art kid in school, so I was also chose to be on the outside, even though there were people that thought I was popular, but I never saw it. I never saw it myself.
Kept talking.
Well, sometimes I do, but I it came to the point where I just chose to be on the outside. It was just a more comfortable spot. So that's
sure.
what I meant. Not that I know probably things happened that kind of forced you to be outside, but then it just becomes comfortable and you choose it. So
Yeah, well, it was also like I went to Hardin Valley for my senior year and my senior year only.
Oh, yeah.
I've only lived in Knoxville since 2019.
Oh, okay.
So part of me being on the outside of that wasn't all by choice. A lot of it was just
New kid.
because it's high schools, especially.
Yeah.
Schools like Hardin Valley are very cliquish.
Yeah.
And just like, yeah.
My 3 kids were there at the same time. They weren't friends.
They're still not friends to this day.
Still, that's how I don't know, but I understand. Yeah, Hardin Valley it's an interesting place.
Yeah,
you
for
gotta
sure.
go. It's that time to go.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just so sad. It's 4:48.
Oh.
But it's so sad. I don't want to leave.
Well, we can.
Well, we'll definitely have you back on because what we would love to do at some point.
Well, if he plays here, we'll just come here.
I'll
night.
record you doing that, and then we can throw that up on your social media, our social media.
We can come do an episode.
Do an interview beforehand.
Episode
Oh my goodness.
before the show.
Yeah.
I already told my wife, I was like, if he's playing the show that I think, you know what they're wanting to book him for? You can edit all this out, but they're wanting to book him for the anniversary show.
Nice. That'd be
This
great.
is a big deal.
I do hope it works out. I'm supposed to, I was invited to play Dogwood next the same weekend. So
Really?
So I'm really hoping that everything lines up to where I can do both.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, though, they're going to book you. I mean,
Yeah.
you're already in.
I hope
Like,
so.
This is how many shows have I done here? Like 5 or 6 over the years?
Yeah.
And it's,
You know what I'd
Great.
love to do is a Waking Up in a Brewery Presents music night somewhere, like on
Well-
Sprout stage or outdoor stage here, where we literally book a headliner and then have everybody that's been on our show do shows opening into that.
well,
It's so much fun.
Henry and Roy and I've already talked about doing another one of those Rock the Joke festivals out here. So I came with this idea to do a festival. It's like comedians, musicians, all day, like food trucks out there, and just all day and all night. But the comedians, so it'd be like comedian, musician, comedian all day. And at 8 o'clock at night, we all switch.
So the musicians
comedians
have to do comedy.
We have to play music, and the musicians
You ready for that?
tell jokes.
I don't know if that's something they gonna want.
Well, it was fun, but I mean, even if you just do like 1 or 2 jokes, it doesn't matter. But it was a lot of fun, but it could have been better. But we're going to do another one of those. But I know you got to get going, so I need to take a little break anyways.
Yep, well,
because we're recording now. This is nice. We can take a break.
I'm like, anytime, and I can cut all this out.
Because I ran out of beer.
Get rid of him. I can literally just make it all just you and me, and we can completely cut him out of the entire thing.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
He is really mean. I just want to sing. Okay.
You just want to sing?
I just want to karaoke.
He just wants to karaoke now. Well, you guys,
I can Brian Adams this.
Need to go look up Noah Gray. Gray. Fantastic musician. He's got some stuff on YouTube, probably on Spotify. We didn't get to that, but his YouTube stuff I've already got to see. Go check him out. He's fantastic. And comment below. Let us know what you think. Seriously. We didn't get him to sing on this episode, but we will have him back and sing. We're probably going to record him on his next performance and stuff like that. But super talented.
Super talented and just a super nice person.
Oh, yeah. He's
like, just like you cannot get nicer than.
Like, well, you could. But then it could be me. It might be fake.
It'd be me.
I am now drinking a different beer. You still drinking Stone?
Yeah. I don't know. Another one came over here.
I am drinking, have been drinking.
Dad Bud.
Nope.
Friends.
Nope.
Ruby Sue.
Ruby Sue. I don't like West Coast IPAs. This is a West Coast IPA with orange peel, ginger, and white peppercorn. And I could literally see, I could read a book through the clarity of this thing. But it's got a nice hop profile, but all of those flavors just work so well together.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, no, it's hazy. You cannot see anything through the hazy. But if you guys like a good West Coast IPA outside of Manifest, come out here to Orange Hat and ask them for the Ruby Sue.
That's what I want to end my. They also, if you like your beer a little hot, they have
there's a habanero version of this right now. But
I did a little taster of that today, and that was a kicker.
Yeah,
that one gets you.
Yeah, I just want
regular Ruby.
I normally like a good pepper beer.
I do too,
but I did not want to ruin this profile in any form. I love this. This is probably my overall favorite West Coast IPA I've ever had. Dethroning Iron Forge's West Coast. They had my favorite West Coast until this.
They did. Oh,
sorry, Audrey.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
You did brag on Iron Forge for a long time about that one.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Because I'm not much of a West Coast person either.
Yep. This one has toppled it.
But they also have Manifest West on tap here too, which is another excellent. I had one of those earlier.
Yeah, we don't have it at East right now. We ran out at East.
Oh, did you?
But
that's another fantastic.
I'm wearing this because I worked there earlier today. So
that's the one. That's the shirt I wanted.
Green.
Is that mine? Are you taking it off and just gonna wear that orange thing?
But and you've actually lost enough weight. You might be able to wear this one.
I'm in the large now.
Yeah, that's what I wear.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Diabetes.
Speaking of beer and wearing.
How many shirts do I have now?
Nope.
73.
I know all of you have been admiring my new Boston Scally. This is a Baker Boy style Boston Scally hat. This is called the Pumpkin Pie.
And it says Baker Boy inside.
Yeah. Which is funny because the pizza place next door to East is called Baker Boy Pizza.
I thought you had collaborated with them and made that.
Did not.
You did not? That's
wild. This is a Boston Scally. I've been trying to talk Jeff into buying one of these for everybody on his staff and just having Baker Boy hats, but he's not ready.
He's not ready for that.
But in that same vein, Baker Boy.
Oh God, Baker Boy.
Excuse me, Boston Scally launched a new hat this week.
Oh.
With a new big sponsor behind it.
Is it called the Stoke? Oh, Waking Up at a Brewery? Are we sponsoring the hat?
Not quite that big yet. It's a Guinness hat.
Oh God. The world has ended. I forgot you told me that.
It should be here this week for me. In fact, if you're lucky, you won't see this episode until after the show, but we've got a show when this is recorded coming up this Friday, and I should have my hat for Friday night. Well, it literally says Guinness, and it has all the information, and it is.
I've got one day off
work and
we'll have to film another episode next week before I go to Vegas. I got one day off, Monday.
Okay.
It's the only day I got off.
Yeah, we can do that.
What?
Just keeping some in the bank so you guys can get 52 episodes of us. That's the plan.
We may have just lost some people.
Oh yeah, they're like
52
times gross. No, we want to have. Well, actually, we can't do 52 because we missed an entire month already.
Well, we can catch up.
We're gonna kick out some episodes this year, and now you can't comment live. What we do need you to do is comment below. There's comment sections
And
just
share it.
comment and share.
And like
obviously, yes. Help push us. We're not asking for money, but that will help us make some money so we can do more content just for you guys.
Or just cover our beer.
Yeah, if you could do that,
That's the main thing.
yeah, that would change the
like number
entire
one.
trajectory of this podcast. Because here's the thing, we love doing this podcast. We love talking to you guys.
5 years now.
5 years.
Started on this damn couch.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, we were under a blanket the first time.
Yes, there's pictures of that with Gregory Hendrick.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah.
But
Wild.
we want to do more things, but the problem is we come out here and we spend money in gas. I live on the other end of town. He lives here, but sometimes he comes out. Like our last
I'm
episode,
getting ready to be closer.
he was
to
on
you.
the other side. But we do buy beer and we talk about the beer and we try out the beers and we want to support the business that we're at. So we need at least some type of income outside of our jobs to do the podcast because our jobs pay our bills at home. This podcast does not yet pay for itself. It's all been out of pocket. So anything of you guys sharing and commenting actually goes into the algorithm and makes us more popular. Other people see it. And the more people that see this, the more we can be reimbursed, should I say?
I'm even wearing beer socks. Look, it says beer.
It does. You actually have on beer socks.
I do.
I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's
Beer.
I'm almost impressed, but I'm also like, what happened?
I bought a 6-pack at TJ Maxx for $4.
There it is. That makes sense.
So if I can get that $4 back by you guys sharing it, that'd be great to pay for my socks. Because then I'm going to sell these for $500.
Yeah, well, you got connections in that direction.
I do. What do you think? You think I get my money?
So you just came back from your tour in Florida,
Yeah, that was amazing. It was one of the.
which we talked about last episode.
We did.
How much new material did you do while you were in Florida? Because I know
How much
that
new?
you didn't have to do much new down there because everything you've always done has been new to them.
As far as like new material, I did not do much because I was excited for a whole state. I was in 5 cities.
Yep.
I was excited for a state to hear all my good stuff. But I will say though, a couple of shows got a little out of hand, so I did more crowd work than I've done in a long time, and that was fun. And I forgot that I missed it. I don't like doing it for obvious. I don't want to talk to the crowd for a whole hour,
Right.
but
Like some
I
comedians think
I
that other
do like a
comedians
little
do.
bit of crowd work.
Yeah.
I'm better at it than people would think. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not Matt Rife.
You're not Matt Rife on
Yeah.
crowd work.
but
But
I am
you're-
good enough at it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Well, here's
that
the other
part
thing
was
I
fun.
will say about you. When you do a little bit of crowd work, it almost energizes the rest of your material because it
does.
energizes you to have your mind sharpens up because you're using your quick wit on that.
Yeah, and you
instead
get a
of
little adrenaline.
memorization or whatever that happens
I
with the
think-
regular.
I think there's a little adrenaline rush when you have a good little banter. Yeah, because it a lot of times I can go in a show. I'll do an hour, like I already know exactly what I'm doing. I was like boom, 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 and it gets monotonous. You get one little good crowd work, then it's a weird feeling. It really is. I can't even describe it, but I'll get one good crowd interaction, and the rest of my set ends up just being 10 times better than normal, and that's fun. I mean, it's like I enjoy it.
Yeah,
But it was a great trip.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be back, and I've got a couple shows this week back home. And Thursday night, I'm with Hendry Bombat at the Roman Gnome.
Yep.
Which is a wild.
Which you guys will miss this if you're just now hearing about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, next week you'll get to hear about the Roman Gnome, and then Friday night, you, James Osborne, myself.
Oh yeah.
And then we're teaming up with the amazing Roy Saunders.
Yep.
And we're doing a great show at it's a pretty new place, the Roadhouse Lounge on Newport Highway.
Yeah.
We're going to be out there a little bit.
Yeah, because they're actually...
I didn't realize that until yesterday.
So we've got... I'm going to host. James is going to do 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. Roy is going to come in and do an hour of music. And then
Roy's
Alex is going to do an hour of comedy. And then we're going to do karaoke.
And then we're going to karaoke. And then we might sleep in my waterbed at my dad's house.
Can I be the...
Never mind, I burned that down.
Oh.
It caught on fire in high school. It was a big mess. Imagine burning down a waterbed. It was a king-size waterbed.
The ability to burn down something that puts out fires.
It was a disaster. I don't know if I ever told you this. So I had lit candles in my bedroom. So I had 48 Jim Morrison posters and one Iron Butterfly. That was my whole wall. I had this giant waterbed with the wood bookshelves and everything, king size. And one of my friends calls. He's like, hey, you've got something that I need. Will you bring it to the beginning of your subdivision? So I get in my car. Well, this whole time, this is a true story. That's Dad, if you watch this next week, chime in. So my dad and my stepmom are there. My stepbrother's having I think it was his 16th birthday party. So there's like 20 or 30 16-year, like young high school kids downstairs. So I leave the candles burning upstairs in my bedroom, hop in my Plymouth Laser. It was a badass car.
Lasers were cool, but you say that now.
They were cool for about 6 months. Yeah. And then everybody realized
it was right up there with the the Chevy Beretta.
Oh, the Berettas.
Do you remember the Beretta? Like, I remember that same span.
My first car was a Cavalier, as you made that joke many times. That when I got my Cruise 20 years later, I bought the same car, but just rounded.
Still a Cavalier.
Just a different
name on it.
It went from tape deck to CD player. That's basically the only change Chevy made in 20 years. Anyways, so I hop into the Plymouth Laser. I drive in front of the subdivision, give my friend whatever it was that he was needing. So we're not going to talk about that. It wasn't anything too bad. He had just stashed it at my house. I get back and the house is on fire. All these high school kids are out in the lawn. My dad's in there with a hose. I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Your waterbed caught on fire." And it was half wood, so you had flames. But then the waterbed broke and then leaked down
the fire.
No, it just leaked downstairs, so I ruined 2 floors. That was not a good night for me.
That's too good.
So but my dad replaced it with a regular bed. So if we have to stay there, it's not far from the Roadhouse Lounge.
Yeah. Again, we don't own the music, but this music sounds like it should go with a waterbed.
Well, yeah, Foreigner. I mean,
I've been waiting for.
We've had Brian Adams, Foreigner. I mean, this is all waterbed. This is like a waterbed tape list.
It is. It's Alex. Alex has been sitting at home all week with his little boombox, just pushing the record and play button to get each of these songs. And we're playing it back for you. We don't own them, but he has made a mixtape for waterbeds.
Next up is Winger. She's only 17. But I'm 16, so it's okay.
Oh. You aren't 16 now. Like,
no, I was saying back when I had the waterbed. She was 17.
Okay.
I was 16.
Just saying. That's very waterbed type soundtrack.
New conversation. Go Winger.
You know, my waterbed song would be Hello by Lionel Richie.
Oh, hello. Oh, that's a good one. Is it me you're looking for?
Yeah. That or anything from Chicago's 18, 19, 20, and 21 albums.
Any Chicago, any Peter Cetera.
Yep.
Throw in Peter Gabriel while you're
Yep.
at it. In Your Eyes. But
Your Eyes. Yep.
that was a great song.
Agreed.
God, we could do this for like 3 hours.
What is your waterbed song? When you think of waterbeds and music, what is your waterbed? Comment below. What is your waterbed song? Because I want to know that. That is hysterical.
Which is weird because when I had my waterbed,
I'm going to make that as a Spotify playlist, waterbed songs.
Like I said, when I had my waterbed, it was wall to wall Jim Morrison. That's all.
Yeah, you were big. Big Jim Morrison.
If you looked up, because that's all my dad listened to was the Doors and Iron Butterfly. Like,
I've never heard of Iron Butterfly.
Inagata Devita. That's Iron Butterfly.
Okay.
So I had one. I mean, that was their 16-minute song. Yeah.
It went on forever.
But I had one poster of that, and then I had 47 Jim Morrison and Doors posters. It was like, and then I had a fishnet on the ceiling.
To put your stuffed toys in, or like what?
I don't know what was up there. Do you not remember that?
Mirror?
We're the same age almost.
Yeah, I'm 2 years older, and
you don't remember having a waterbed, looking up at a fishnet?
My mom had a waterbed, not me. And
that was unfortunate.
Fishnet, I have no idea. Well, here's a story. You'll love this. This goes out to my nephew Taylor. I scared him to death one day. So my mom
love you, Taylor.
My mom used to babysit Taylor, and at that time I lived at home. I was working graveyard shift for the Daily Times newspaper. So I slept during the day, and my mom was watching my nephew. But Taylor was doing something, like just setting off mom.
Yeah.
And he yelled back at her something. I don't know if it was "I hate you" or something, but it was really terrible. He yelled at my mom.
Yeah.
His nana. And so before that happened, he's loud. And I just grabbed a shoe off my bedroom floor. Yeah, Cutting Crew. Also a great waterbed song. I grab a shoe off the floor and I hit my bedroom door with it. Like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Mom says, hey, your uncle's trying to sleep. You need to tone it down. And he kept getting louder and louder to the point that his grandmother called him out and he said something inappropriate.
Yeah.
I came out of the bedroom, flung the door open. His eyes got about this big. I snatch him up.
Did you karate kick him?
No. Even better. I snatch him up and I'm like getting rid of this child. It's basically my plan and his thought.
Yeah.
And I take him into the other room, knowing that my mom has that waterbed. I stand in her bedroom doorway and I throw Taylor like a baseball.
Oh.
Across the room.
Yeah.
Like, now picture this. He's probably 3-4 years old.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, because I know Taylor now.
Yeah. 3-4 years old. I hope
he was smaller.
Yeah, he was definitely smaller. I mean, he's small anyway. That's also for you. But I literally pitch him like a baseball. Just he has no idea what's gonna happen, where he's landing. He, in his mind, I know is like, Uncle Chris is killing me right now, and he's throwing me across the room against a wall.
Yeah.
He was old enough to still remember this, but it was literally like,
yeah.
And it's just him flying backwards away from me and he lands in the waterbed.
Oh.
So it's just like, whoosh, like he was completely fine.
Can't beat a waterbed.
But the fear of God and death that happened for that child.
I can imagine.
To this day, he still remembers that, but he also, Taylor snapped into line shortly after that. Like, he is my uncle, he will kill me, and I love him.
That's why he acts so weird when we have him on shows now.
Well, there's so many reasons why Taylor acts weird when we have him on shows. But that was a very slightly traumatic. Second to that trauma is I also, when he told me he couldn't swim, I threw him in the deep end of the pool because that's what you do.
Oh.
The way I was raised, you just get in there, you'll swim. But it was a small pool, and we owned it, so I could get in and save. But it was
So you threw them in a waterbed and then a pool.
and a pool.
It's like, all right, there's no protective covering now.
8 feet of depth was the deepest this pool got. But
Waterbeds get like 4 feet deep.
He was already like swimming. He just didn't realize he could.
Yeah, and then
And
he
when
died.
I threw him into the middle of the pool, he literally pops up and swims to the edge. And I'm like, see, you just swam. You know what he did the next day? Went to Alcove Pool. If you guys know Alcove
I went
Pool,
there
you
once.
know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know. I went there once, actually.
3 different level heights of concrete Olympic level diving boards. And he went to the very top one. The very next day, after went to the top one, jumped off the high dive, which when I was his age, I was terrified of doing.
Yeah.
Alcoa diving boards.
And on the way down, when he jumped, he was like thinking about you trying to murder him twice.
probably
He's like, waterbed and pool.
I'm overcovering it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
right now he's in the Arctic Circle. He's
diving off glaciers.
he's
No, if I had to bet, Taylor is right now diving into either a short glass of bourbon
with a
or
38.
a tall glass of beer.
and playing with guns.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Speaking of that, though, I'm glad you wore this today because I feel very safe because, you know.
Right, nobody's going to accidentally shoot us here in the
You
brewery.
never know when people are going to shoot you up in business.
They're going to see
We're
me.
safe.
Yeah.
You wore America, just wear this.
Yeah.
And
I'm either Hunter Safe or I'm gay Aquaman.
They turn the music up on us
Yeah.
when we start talking
I'm
about
gay
that.
Aquaman that drinks at a brewery.
Yeah.
One of those.
It's a little off for Aquaman. It's a little,
Yeah, the green's a little off, but more seaweed color is what I need.
I got called a silver fox 2 nights ago again. Second time, 6 months.
Is that a compliment?
I didn't know if it was, but apparently it is.
Yeah.
No.
The silver part is what throws me. I mean, I guess it's better than being called a gray fox.
I guess.
Silver has
I don't know.
a much more.
I got to make a beer run, so you got to talk by yourself.
Well,
because I know you got.
I'm not going to. What I'll do is I'll pause this from here.
I know you got another topic.
Do I? Maybe I forgot about it. I have.
You said there was one I wasn't going to like.
Well, I thought that was the Guinness one.
Oh, that was it? Oh, no, I thought that was funny.
That I didn't ramble on for hours talking
Hold
about
on,
Guinness.
Jenny might stop by. Hold on. No.
I thought I did.
This is a good episode.
Yeah. Well, we had a great guest.
I feel like we're back to our normal selves.
Our normal banter. And how did you guys feel? Better?
Oh, wait,
thumbs up,
we
thumbs down?
we're still recording?
Yeah. Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are you guys?
Hold on, I gotta zip my pants back up. I literally thought we went off camera for a second.
Tuck that thing back in. We know you, Chuck. It's okay.
Oh God, that's Greg's. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Sticky.
You don't know where that's been.
Sticky.
I mean, well, okay. Well, however you assemble your couch. No wonder your wife gets mad at you for
We're going to
so
buy
many things.
tomorrow. We're going to buy a couch actually for the new house.
They would sell you this one.
No,
Hashtag Greg Shortman.
what is it? Are we still recording?
We are.
This is funny. So Jenny and I have been married 12 years.
Okay.
We lived in my old grandmother's house, and then my dad owned it, my uncle. So we lived there when we first got married for like 3 or 4 years. We've been in our little tiny apartment for 10 years just to get all of our kids through high school here.
Yeah.
And so now we're finally moving to a house. We're not buying one.
You're almost empty nesters now.
We got one
You're
left.
right there. Yeah.
But we're moving to our first house together.
Yeah.
We're not buying it.
Still big.
We're still renting it, but it's bigger. I'm going to get my library back. I'm getting my first bathroom by myself since we've been married.
That's not real.
12 years.
That's not real.
So Jenny's had her own bathroom. I've been sharing the bathroom with 3 other boys in stages.
Yeah.
So, but one thing we've never done is gone furniture shopping together. In 12 years of marriage,
Wow.
we've never bought furniture together. We both had stuff from previous marriages
Right.
and combined them.
Same. Me and Kayla are in that.
Yeah.
We're probably about to do some
Yeah.
shopping together on that.
So tomorrow we are going to buy because we decided with the new house we don't want to take a lot of it. Like my library is going, all of that.
Right. Yeah.
This is gonna be a pain in the ass, and nobody wants to help me move my books. I'm gonna move all that by myself. It's gonna suck. But tomorrow we're going to buy a couch. It's the first piece of furniture I think we've ever bought together.
Are you guys going to be able to agree on the aesthetic?
We already did. No, we already
Oh,
went.
you already know what you want.
We went shopping last week. We went 8 different stores. I mean, we went all the way down Kings Pike and back.
Okay.
And we found one. We were like, well, I don't
Rooms to go, Knoxville Wholesale.
Yeah, rooms to go. There's one Knoxville Wholesale. We went there. And I'm not going to say where we got it.
Yep, but
yeah. But we found
you both agreed though.
I don't really care. I just want my library in the bathroom. So I'm basically letting her pick. No, not if I had picked a couch, it'd have been leather with cup holders and all the charging stations.
And then it leans back so you can watch the TV in the
It
middle.
would have had all those stupid stuff.
But also being able to sleep comfortably on it.
Well, yeah, because that's where I sleep most of the time. So
There's reasons for that.
which that was not true. Which is weird though too, because the one that we agreed on is not sleepable. I mean, I could sleep on it, but she doesn't want me to. So I'm like, so where am I going? I think I'm getting an air
You're
mattress.
sleeping in your new bathroom with an air
Well,
mattress.
no,
Yes.
yeah, tomorrow we're going shopping for the air mattress. I wish this was a joke.
This started out so positive, and now it's like,
We're
oh,
getting a new bed and a new couch.
and a new air mattress.
The bed I'm going to get kicked out for snoring.
Yeah,
And then I can't go to the new couch because it's too nice.
yeah.
And so now we got to go air mattress shopping tomorrow. We got to have option 3.
Yeah.
Which is actually option 1.
Because you can't sleep in Porter's bed.
No, because he gets this. So snore.
Correct. And there it is. That is your life in a nutshell.
Get a cot.
If you're lucky,
Like Gallenberg and Knoxville's in the same
Yeah.
place.
here, aim for futon, and maybe you'll get the cot.
See, I don't want to mess up my library.
Yeah, but a futon is great for a library. You have a couch to sit on while you read, but if you get kicked out, you can just fold down the back and go to sleep. Yeah. They're out there. I think Temu has them.
I think we're double shopping tomorrow. On TV. We get a couch like
Oh, so here was the other topic I wanted to talk about that you will love.
Oh.
I have moved away from Temu.
too.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Katie's got the
Leave her
best-
alone. This is great music.
No, she has the best
Yeah.
playlist. Go ahead.
I have moved away from Temu.
Oh.
So it's an app I've had forever. And you guys may have heard of them. Alibaba.
Oh, yeah.
Alibaba has been known forever, but with Alibaba,
You got a show on our. So you bought all 3 of my books tonight, but also you got the most amazing dog. It's Karma. Karma's gonna come show us.
oh, come here, puppy. Oh, hi, sweetheart.
Oh my
Is
God.
this is a English or a Irish Wolfhound mix, isn't it?
No, it's a golden Aussie.
Oh. She has a lot of that.
She's so
That Irish.
Yeah, poodle.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are we best friends?
Yeah.
Are we best friends?
And your daughter owns the Zoom room here in Hardin Valley. So we gotta catch up there. We gotta catch up soon. Yeah, check out the Zoom room, by the way, while they're here. But Karma, you are beautiful. Okay.
She's like,
that's
I don't know. You want to come? You want to come be on the show? Come on. Come on. Look at the camera. Come look at the camera. Yeah. She's like, what are we doing, Dad? I don't understand.
She is. You were trying so hard. I'm like,
Kayla's going to be so upset that she's been replaced by a dog named Karma.
well, I know. She is.
But she has to look at the camera. See, you got to look over here. Look,
right here.
look here. Look here.
Right there.
What? What?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Why do you love her so much?
Because she loves me, and I'm magic with
We've had
animals,
so many dogs on our show, but
aren't I?
like,
I'm magic
Mama,
with
you might be
animals.
the prettiest one of all time.
She's a sweetheart. What's Daddy doing? Huh? Look at that. Say hi to the fans. They all love you already.
Yeah, you're gonna be a big hit on that one. She's gonna.
I love
take over the whole episode.
I love a good brewery dog.
That's it. She's a great brewery dog. Right, Carm? Oh, you gotta get a picture before you get down.
Kayla's gonna be so upset. Look here. Look here. Look over here, Daddy. What's Daddy doing? What's Daddy
This
doing?
is for Jimmy. Only for Jimmy right here.
Yeah. Only for Jenny.
Only for my wife.
Oh, she's sad. Oh. Oh. What? What? Oh yeah. She loves me. She loves
Oh
me.
my gosh.
Mm.
She's
Okay, we're hitting the road.
How old is she? 7. 7.
She's about the same age as Onyx.
Oh, is she? I haven't seen Onyx in a while.
Yeah. Oh, I get kisses. Thanks.
We're
Mm.
last
I'll give you
week,
kisses
I was
back.
at a brewery in
Yeah.
Palm Coast, Florida. So my wife and I are sitting there, and this dog just comes up, and it's a huge black German
Yeah, with
Shepherd.
Karma. Karma.
Is there irony to her name being Karma? Because Karma's a bitch.
Oh yeah, well, we actually adopted her. She was returned to the breeder because somebody couldn't have dogs anymore,
Oh no.
and so she came with the name Karma.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
always, I always say good karma. Good
yeah,
karma.
she's
So,
good karma.
We love good karma.
You're all good
Right,
karma.
Karma?
Oh my God, you are so beautiful.
So sweet.
Yeah, it's a good dog.
She looks like a good cuddle dog. Like in the bed, just
Yeah.
Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
a cuddler? Oh goodness. Sweet girl.
That's a great dog.
You guys need to have a dog. I don't care who needed to hear this today. You need a dog.
Oh my God.
You live or recording?
Oh, we're recording.
We,
Edit me out. You leave the dog in.
Yeah, absolutely.
oh no. Oh, don't
No
worry.
offense to you, but the dog
Yes,
stays.
The dog stays. Dog sell.
You're probably the highlight of the show.
I don't know. We had Noah Gray.
We've had. Oh yeah, well, no, was the highlight of the second half of the show.
Yes, absolutely.
We had one show.
In fact, I'm probably just going to edit this part. It's just the, yeah, that looks good. That frames up right.
We were at Blackberry Farms in Maryville.
Oh, you guys don't even know. You are out of frame.
A couple walked in and said, "Here, hold our dog." And they went to the brewery. How long did we hold the dog for?
Oh, Molly?
Molly.
Yeah, well, like, it
And the
seemed
dog
like it
was
became our dog.
A dog named Molly. They just handed it to us and walked in the brewery.
Yeah,
It was like half an hour. We were
hilarious.
holding this.
Who would have
Like
thought
a chihuahua.
on, who would have thought on 420 day
Yeah, we get a dog
we
named
would
Molly.
be handed a dog named Molly on the show? But
My daughter got married on 420 last year.
Oh,
I thought that was so cute.
yeah, well now you're look at you.
My wife was just so nuts with it.
She happy girl. Yeah, she's a celebrity already. Ready-made celebrity.
We get a couple, 2,000 to 3,000 views a week at least. So
Yeah, there you go.
she's
Hey,
like,
Mark.
everybody's gonna be like, what is that? Good theater.
Yeah, every episode going forward, be bring back karma.
Yeah, bring back karma. I have to text you and then you have to bring back karma.
Bring back
Nothing
karma.
comedian. Where's
Yeah,
the dog?
Take care of that.
Hashtag bring back karma.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta read the books. My one daughter, I sent her a picture of that. She goes, "Dad, that's what you do for a living." Every
Mess
time-
with tourists, yeah.
Oh,
Or dress up like Tim Tebow.
no, I'm more messy with
That
tourists.
was a mistake.
My kids hate it. One of my favorite things to do is welcome people to whatever city I'm in when they're getting off a plane.
Yeah.
Or ready to get on the same plane. Oh, welcome to Cincinnati. How you doing?
Oh God, yeah.
Gatlinburg, that's gonna be just easy pickings.
Yeah, it's like it took like 4 minutes, right? The whole
Yeah. It writes itself.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. You should bring Rachel on and have her on the show sometime. We'll promote the business. Of course. Like
We're all about cross promoting.
We've had people from winners from Hell's Kitchen.
Alex Ballou. Yeah.
Alex Ballou.
So you're a regular here?
He lives here. You're in his living room currently.
Yeah, my living room.
We started our show 5 years ago on this couch.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite places. As my kids call this, this is my happy place.
Yeah. It's Karma's too. Look at her all happy.
Oh, yeah. We're going to the happy place.
Well, Chris has been part of the Orange Hat family since they started.
Since they started, yep.
And so now he's
Go see Dad.
most of the time.
Exit stage right.
You got it. But yeah.
You got a national agent?
You want to take that one?
No. No, we do not currently.
I got a good friend. He's got comedians too. TKO artist. He's in Nashville. Jim Lunds.
Oh, okay.
He's got comedians and he's got a lot of the Where They Now Rock bands.
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yep.
If I could tour Cinderella, I'd fire you.
I'd be gone.
I would fire you.
Unless I'm the one that booked it.
Cinderella or Winger. That's my goal
Yeah.
in life.
Winger?
That was kind of a joke, but you never.
It's not really. It's not really a joke.
I actually got a good friend playing with Rat right now.
What about Rat?
He's a high retired Johnny Monaco.
The problem,
Rat and Billy Squires was my first concert at age 14
Oh,
ever.
that's it.
the problem with Rat is they do the same tour,
Round and
and
round.
it just goes round and
They
round.
go round and round.
I saw that. That's why.
That's why I'm not the comedian. I'm just the host.
Like he called me last year. He goes, "Are you Knoxville?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "We're playing in Gatlinburg. You ever been there?" I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I said, "Where are you playing?" He goes, "That's the Monsters on the Mountain tour."
Oh yeah.
And
I hung out with all of the bands from that hustle.
yeah, so I
Last year, not-
Monaco's playing with Steve Piercy.
Yeah.
So whatever reincarnation of crap that is, he's a guitarist I used to play
Yeah.
with. And then also I'm standing backstage, and I don't know if you remember an Ups and Ups.
Oh yeah. Oh
Chip
God,
from
yeah.
Ups and Ups comes walking on us. Oh, what are you doing here? And I said,
That's enough. That's
Monaco played.
throwback.
Monaco played 12 years with an Ups and Ups.
Really?
And then Chip decided well, he could sing his own songs better.
Yeah.
And Monaco's like a phenomenal voice. So he
Yeah.
kicked Monaco out of the band. Now Monaco's playing with Rat. So the Rat is up here on the Monsters of the Mountain
Yeah.
tour. Nuts and Nuts down here.
Yeah.
He goes, what are you doing down here, boss? We're here to see Monaco.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's doing good. I drug him all over the world, and I decided I could sing my own songs.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
How did we know that? Literally, we were going to do an entire episode about waterbed music.
I tell you.
Waterbed music. We were talking about the best
Waterbeds.
songs that harken back to waterbeds, and
That's it.
Well, this last year, Monsters on the Mountain, I got a picture. I got Tesla standing behind me
Yeah.
while I've got all Vixen singing karaoke in the bar. And I'm like, I'm in heaven right now. This is
no,
this
that's
is my-
Brian
this is
Adams.
my high school.
80s and 90s here.
Gotcha again.
What a better place to have it. Monsters on the Mountain.
Yeah,
They do the same thing with a cruise. The same band.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Imagine being on a Carnival cruise line.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
The 80s and 90s metal bands, here metal bands.
Those are the days.
They were.
Yeah. Winger Warrant White Line. I mean, here.
Would you start at the bottom of the alphabetical list?
I was just doing the W ones.
Yeah. Winger Warrant, White Lion. I didn't know if you were gonna Styx or
Well, Styx is more than 70s.
yeah, but if we're doing it backward, S Rat.
Oh, Rat.
We're gonna go round and round again.
Right?
Rat started it for me. So I worked at a record store for 8 years, from 14 to 22 years old. And so I went from like hair metal to grunge, you know, and then I fell in love with grunge, and I was like, man, I love both.
Yeah, your metal, I think now that kind of escaped me. You know, we're more AC/DC, the original Aerosmith.
Oh yeah.
Ted, Terrible Ted.
Nugent.
Oh yeah.
No, the 70s and 80s, and then we got into funk and new wave.
Yeah. There's so many good ones. As long as it's not country, I like it.
Yeah.
You can't see that down here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. I like it.
Like that.